He wasn't born into power, he built it, brick by digital brick. Jeff Bezos didn't just start a company, he started a revolution. A revolution that changed how the world shops, reads, and thinks. But here's the wild part. Back in the 1990s, nobody believed in him. Not investors, not the market, not even the people who worked for him. They called it the world's biggest bookstore. He called it day one, and meant it, because for Jeff, there was never done. There was only next, and that's how he won. But the story isn't just about success, it's about obsession. An obsession so deep, he once said, "If I have to choose between being liked and being right, I'll pick being right." The truth? Amazon wasn't built by luck or timing. It was built by relentless strategy, brutal patience, and zero fear of failure. And yeah, he failed. A lot. But every failure became fuel, every rejection became a blueprint. So how did a nerdy Wall Street analyst become the richest man alive? The guy who literally reshaped capitalism. That's the story we're about to unpack. Because while most CEOs were chasing profits, Jeff Bezos was chasing the future. And the crazy part? He's still not done. Ready? Let's rewind to where it all started. To a small garage in Seattle, and an idea that no one believed in. Before Amazon was a trillion-dollar empire, it was just a crazy idea in the mind of a 30-year-old man. Staring at a computer in his small New York apartment, Jeff Bezos had what he called a regret minimization framework. Sounds fancy, right? But it was simple. He didn't want to turn 80 and say, "I wish I'd tried." Back in 1994, he was working on Wall Street. Safe job, big money, no risks. Then he read one single stat that changed everything. Internet usage was growing at 2,300% a year. That number hit him like lightning. He thought, if there's ever a time to jump, it's now. So he quit his high-paying job, packed his car, and with his wife Mackenzie, drove across America to Seattle. No investors, no offices, just one dream, to build an online bookstore. In that small, messy garage, Amazon was born. The name? He chose it because the Amazon River was the biggest river on Earth, and he wanted his company to be the biggest in the world. He started coding the website himself, packing boxes by hand and driving them to the post office, literally. Every order felt like a victory. He used to ring a small bell in the office every time someone bought a book, and then the orders started coming in faster than they could ship them. From one sale a day to hundreds, then thousands. But here's the twist. Nobody believed it would last. Wall Street laughed. Media laughed. Competitors called it a dot-com bubble toy. They said, "Who buys books online? People want to touch them." But Jeff didn't care, because he wasn't building a bookstore. He was building a system, one that would later sell everything, from shoes to smartphones to cloud computing. The bookstore was just step one, and behind that quiet smile, Bezos was planning a war no one else could see coming. Next, we moved to the turning point, when Amazon went from a risky startup to a global giant that redefined the game. By the late 90s, Amazon was growing fast, but not making money. Investors started panicking. Analysts said, "This guy's running a charity, not a company." But Jeff? He didn't flinch. He had a rule. We're not in the business of making money. We're in the business of making customers happy. Wall Street hated that, but customers loved it. And in business, that's what really counts. Bezos understood something others didn't. Trust was the new currency. If people trusted you, they'd spend money with you, again and again. So he started doing things that made no sense to competitors. He cut prices, even when it hurt profits. He offered free shipping when it seemed impossible. He added customer reviews, which meant people could literally talk about how bad a product was on his own website. Crazy, right? But it worked, because while everyone else was trying to sell, Bezos was trying to build loyalty. He told his team, "Focus on what never changes. People will always want low prices, fast delivery, and convenience." That became the Amazon religion. Then came his next genius move, Amazon Prime. A simple idea: pay once a year and get free 2-day shipping on everything. People thought he'd lost it, but Prime flipped the game. It didn't just make customers buy more, it made them stay forever. And behind all this, Bezos was quietly building something even bigger, something nobody outside Amazon understood. A project hidden behind 3 letters, AWS, Amazon Web Services. While the world thought Amazon was an online store, Bezos was secretly turning it into a technology empire, powering the internet for other companies, Netflix, Airbnb, NASA, even the CIA, all running on Amazon's cloud. It was like selling shovels during a gold rush. Everyone wanted to dig. Bezos sold the tools. That's when he won. Because while everyone was busy fighting for customers, Jeff was quietly owning the infrastructure. But every empire faces its moment of fire, and Bezos's was coming fast. Critics, lawsuits, worker protests, billion-dollar rivals, all waiting to see if the man who built everything could still hold it together. Success has a price, and Jeff Bezos was about to pay it. As Amazon grew into a trillion-dollar beast, the world turned its eyes on him. The media called him a monopoly builder, employees called him ruthless, politicians called him too powerful, and the internet? It turned him into a meme, a cold billionaire obsessed with speed, robots, and profits. But here's the truth most people missed. Bezos never wanted to be liked. He wanted to be right. Inside Amazon, his meetings were brutal. He'd challenge people, tear apart their ideas, and demand one thing: show me the data. He believed emotion was unreliable, but numbers never lied, and it worked. Because every risk Amazon took, from Alexa to Whole Foods to space rockets, was backed by the same principle: long-term thinking. He used to say, "If we have a good idea and people criticize it, that means it's probably worth doing." When competitors copied Prime, Amazon doubled it. When critics attacked warehouse conditions, he automated them with better tech. When people said he was crazy to enter space, he founded Blue Origin to make sure humans could one day live beyond Earth. He wasn't just building companies. He was building a legacy. Still, it wasn't smooth. Between 2015 and 2021, Amazon faced labor strikes, antitrust hearings, and global backlash, and Bezos. He faced something even heavier: burnout. After decades of building the world's most dominant company, he finally stepped down as CEO in 2021. But don't get it twisted. He didn't retire. He shifted from running Amazon to running everything else. His eyes were now on the stars, literally. Because while others saw limits, Jeff saw a planet too small for his ambition. And as he said in one interview, "We need to move industries off Earth. Earth should be a residential zone." That's the scale he thinks in. Not cities, not countries, planets. Jeff Bezos didn't win because he was the smartest guy in the room. He won because he never stopped playing the game. While others chased comfort, he chased growth. While competitors optimized for quarters, he optimized for decades. He built a company where change wasn't a threat. It was the default setting. And that's the real secret behind Amazon. It's not the website, it's not the products, it's the mindset. It's always day one. That's what he tells his teams, even today. Because day one means hungry. Day one means curious. Day one means you're still fighting to earn your place. The moment you start thinking it's day two, you start dying. That's how companies collapse. That's how empires fall. He watched giants like Sears, GE, and Nokia fade away. Not because they ran out of money, but because they ran out of imagination. Jeff refused to make that mistake, even when the world mocked him for his laugh, his rockets, his weird ideas. He smiled, kept quiet, and built anyway. Because winners don't announce their victories, they build them in silence. And that's how he won. In the end, Bezos didn't just build a company, he built a blueprint for domination. He proved that. Vision beats comfort, patience beats panic, and data beats opinion. Amazon isn't just an online store. It's a reminder that the future belongs to the obsessed. And maybe that's the lesson for all of us. You don't need to be the loudest, you just need to be relentless. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more stories of how great empires rise and how they fall, hit subscribe to The Business Play. Because here we don't just tell stories, we decode power, we study strategy, and we learn how the game is really played. See you in the next one. Stay curious, stay hungry, and never forget, it's still day one.